Hi, there are a lot of common misconceptions about attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and boy, are they common. However, there's one myth that can mislead people to conclude they don't have ADHD when in fact they do, and that is tragic. They miss the opportunity to finally understand what's been undermining their best efforts for their whole life, causing so much failure and frustration, and what they might do to get it managed. So they struggle unnecessarily for another year, or 2, or 10. The belief is that ADHD is a mental illness. If you believe that, you might naturally conclude, well, I'm not mentally ill, so that can't be that ADHD thing, or whatever they call it. No, you're not ill, but you are struggling. This is a mental health issue, but it's not by definition an illness. In fact, by definition, the Oxford English Dictionary defines illness as a disease or period of sickness affecting the body or mind, period of time. The Cambridge American Dictionary says it's a condition in which the body or mind is harmed because an organ or part is unable to work as it usually does. The Illustrated Guide to Gardening says illness is the result of powdery mildew and slugs and overwatering. Since we're fauna, not flora, we can probably ignore that one. But here's the key phrase: a disease or period of sickness, a period of time, not every day since as long as you can remember. And there's another key phrase: an organ or part is unable to work as it usually does. So if you hear that ADHD is a mental illness, you'll conclude, then I can't have ADHD because this is how I usually am, have been forever. Heck, half my family's like this. An illness is temporary, an abnormal state, running a fever, cough, pains, mysterious lump. Oh, it's my stomach. When you're suffering from a mental illness, people are going to ask, are you okay? You're not your usual self. Usual. Whereas with ADHD, this is your usual self. There you are, struggling with the same things over and over. In fact, when things go awry, as they always do, people will say, as usual, same old, not again. Another thing, unlike an illness, ADHD is not something you catch or come down with. It is the result of your wiring and your chemistry. It's driven by genes. It's how you come into the world. And there's another difference. An illness, like say the flu, will run its course. A sinus infection you can cure with an antibiotic. There are medications that can cure illnesses. There are ADHD medications, but they don't cure anything. They just attenuate the symptoms, lowering the intensity so you're actually able to focus clearly and for longer on what you're doing, the way everybody else can. Another difference, unlike an inflamed gallbladder, say, there's no surgery to remove attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. The scars from decades of undiagnosed ADHD are more than skin deep. Now, if you're uncomfortable with having a disorder, you could think of it as a syndrome. Here's what a syndrome is: a collection or a group of symptoms which consistently occur together, or a condition characterized by a set of associated symptoms. Aha! Chronic fatigue syndrome comes to mind. Although that is an illness and ADHD is not. ADHD is how your mind operates. Until now, that is. Yeah, this is why people who've been diagnosed are so glad they found out and are mightily PO'd that they didn't know sooner. As you likely know, our brains consistently change at any age. It just grows harder to make those changes once your mind becomes set in its ways or your hair turns gray. That said, it's clear that new ideas and experiences form new pathways in the brain, pathways that can, with repetition and practice, become habitual, while old paths wither and fade away. And this is called, as you may have heard, brain plasticity. In fact, everything you see, hear, do, or learn changes your brain to some degree, however infinitesimal in some cases. Just listening to this video will make changes to your brain, hopefully beneficial ones. And of course, there are lots of ADHD-friendly tools and apps and strategies that I've talked about and will continue to talk about, accommodations that can help you create those new pathways. It's a gradual process, of course, and it demands patience, which we tend to lack. But if you can stick with it, you will grow less scattered, less forgetful, more focused, clearer, all without losing who you are. In fact, I would argue for the first time in your life, you have a chance to become who you truly are. The you that is buried under all that constant clattering cacophony and mental pandemonium of ADHD that is so overwhelming, frustrating, exhausting, because you're in there somewhere. All right. Thanks for watching. If you have ADHD, what did you believe it was before you were diagnosed? And how do you view it now? And for everyone, please do like and share and subscribe, comment. This all helps us reach more people. And you can also become a supporter so I can produce videos to help you and thousands of others to understand their ADHD and take charge of their lives. As we used to say on the Red Green Show, we're all in this together.